Hello, everybody. How's it going? I am officially here. I've arrived. Sorry I'm late. Hope you're all keeping safe out there. Hello, Jacarius. Hello, Aaron. Hope all is well. How are you guys doing today? Is everybody enjoying GH so far this week? Hello, Angel Blue. Hey, Jake. I hope everyone can hear me okay. As I had my microphone off for a split second there. I think I've adjusted it decently, but just let me know. Hope you guys are ready to watch some classic GH clips. I've got a couple things lined up, but I also thought I'd give you guys, a chance to throw me some scenes that you want to watch with me. Carly and Sunny got major problems, and Sunny's meds, man. Sunny's off of his meds. He's definitely gonna sleep with Nina. Y'all know. Yeah, Tracy's already put 2 and 2 together, Jake. She's got it figured out. Didn't take her long at all. But she is Tracy Quartermain, so... Actually, since Tracy is back, and she's rocking it, I thought it would be cool to watch some classic Tracy scenes. We've done it before, we watched a couple, but got a couple lined up today. But then after those, we're going to be hanging out, chit-chatting about GH, whatever you guys want to talk about. And if you want to watch some more classic clips, you can just let me know. I don't know how long this live stream is going to be. I don't want it to be 3 hours like last time. But, you know, at least an hour and a half-ish. Man, how are you guys enjoying GH so far this week? Angel Blue. Did Nina ever get a DNA test to see if she's truly Nell's mother? I don't think so. She's just going off of that stupid necklace. Maybe Tracy can stop Peter. God, someone's got to stop him. Honestly. I'm just so done. I am a little worried that Brooklyn's... I don't know. Like, Tracy's obviously figured out the truth. Hopefully Tracy is smart enough to know that they're trying to protect Maxie's baby from Peter. Not the necklace. I know. Honestly, like, to this day, I'm still thinking that, like, Willow could be Nina's daughter either as well, or there was just some weird, bizarre, I don't even know. I'm just not convinced that Willow isn't Nina's daughter as well. That's just my take. I don't know anything, trust me, but... Better Willow than Nell's daughter, I think. All she got is that damn necklace to prove that she is Wiley's bio-grandmother. I don't think that will hold up in court. Yeah, that's true. They gotta take a DNA test. I mean, she probably... I don't know. There's so much proof, right? Like... Phyllis did confirm, like, back then that she... dropped the baby off to Frank Benson. She recognized Frank Benson in the photos. Hello, Jacarius. Yeah, I do be liking Tracy. That's why we're gonna watch some classic Tracy clips today. I've got 2 decent ones up, and then one like little clip that I thought would be kind of fun to watch because it involves Tracy and Bobby. Man, I think most people are tired of Sunny, Nina, and Carly Jacarius. For sure. I am. Carly's acting ridiculous. My mom agrees. We were watching today's episode just before I came on here, actually. Willow is naive. But hey, Willow, like, sneaking around Michael might end that relationship, so I'm here for it. If it stops her, I'm here for it. Man, y'all see how Tracy didn't say thank you to Alexis today? Oh, I was laughing. Like classic Tracy, though. Yeah. More like Angel Blue. Sunny's more off his crap. He's not on his meds right now. And he's just going to get more and more, like, crazy as the time goes on. It's already starting. She has to understand Sunny wasn't himself. Yeah, like honestly, I mean, we know Nina to be crazy. Like, she never thinks clearly in a lot of cases. I mean, she came on with a mental breakdown, right? Not that I blamed her back then. That was a 20-year coma brought on by her mother. But yeah, back then she was like batshit crazy. Now she's just like delusional and in her own fantasy world. Like sometimes I forget that, like, technically Nina would have the maturity of someone 20 years younger than her because of her coma, right? Don't put Austin and Britt together. Honestly, I don't see them putting them together. I just feel like they make good bros. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing any flirtation there. I'm just seeing like two outcasts bonding over the fact that they're outcasts. Angel, you said, I never cared for the Nina character either. Ever since she came on the show, she has been problematic. Remember when she was trying to seduce Silas when he was with Sam? Yeah. Yeah, Michelle Stafford. I adore Michelle Stafford. She's so hilarious. I do miss her being on the show. I was so sad when, like, she left. I was shocked. Nina took Avery out of the womb. Yeah. It still boggles my mind that, like, Nina and Ava are besties now. I'm in my late 20s and I got more maturity than Nina. Yeah, it's not hard. Man, yeah. Nina's something else this week, but so is Carly. I'm so over it. I still think that Carly is going to push Sunny right into Nina's arms, but also the fact that he's not on his meds won't help the situation. Because he'll jump right into bed with Nina. I was relieved last week when he didn't jump into bed on New Year's, but now that he's also off his meds, he's going to be in like self-destruct mode. We're going to see a terrible version of Sunny. But maybe Phyllis will catch on again and be like, hey, you off your meds? I feel like it's not even a triangle at this point. Like, Sunny's just confused. It's almost like he's like on the outside looking into his past life of Sunny Corinthos. Like, yeah, that was me, but also I had a whole life here for like 9 months. I'm glad Michelle Stafford is back as Phyllis on YNR. I mean, I don't watch Young and the Restless, so I think I looked up some clips of her on YouTube when I saw that Michelle Stafford was coming on to GH at the time, but even then I found her to be a little extra, but I heard that her character is like a little bit unstable on there too, so. Yeah, GH is still putting out new promo pics on Twitter and stuff. I'm okay with that. Like, I like the cast photos. They all look great. The latest group one that had, like, Sam and Dante and Olivia, Chase. I forget who else was all in that group photo. I think Finn. Phyllis ran over some people. Yeah, probably. I don't doubt it. I don't know the history, but I do know that she's crazy. I feel like they named Nina's nurse Phyllis to pay homage to Michelle Stafford and the character she played on YNR. Sam and Dante don't look right. Sam in the photo, I feel like they could have. Everyone else has like a decent, like, charismatic face, and Sam kind of looks like she's feeling awkward to be in the center of the photo. You know what I mean? Oh, that's my roof. I'm in an unfinished basement. Well, my room is anyway. The rest of the house is complete. I do have the camera a little bit high up, though, you're right. But I guess, I mean, it's always been there in these streams, I think. Maybe not as high up. Are the group cast photos photoshopped? They don't look like... I mean... I think that they are together in the photo for sure. In the photos for sure. What was I gonna say? But I've seen behind the scenes photos, like Anna, I think, posted a behind the scenes photo, and she was definitely there with Valentine. Cool hat. Thanks, Rook. Rook? Sorry. Rook King. It's kind of hard to say. Do we remember when Sam was front burner for years? Yeah, I remember. Hey, De Havilland. Good to see you here, too. Yeah. I miss, like, front and center Sam. I mean, she was, like, front and center because of Jason, really, but... I miss, like, the like, early 2000s era for Sam. Those were some good times. Whether she was with Jason or with Lucky, on her own. She had some good stories, and she was like a cool character to watch. I can't believe Spencer Nesme was going to do it on Laura's... I know! That's so gross. Like, they have a room, I'm assuming. Yeah, I got some chill music on. Yeah, killing Monaco. Maybe we'll, at some point, we should have like a Port Charles live stream and watch some like classic like Caleb and Livy scenes. What'd you guys think of the square off with Laura and Victor? Thought it was entertaining. What happened to Michael Easton? What do you mean? He's on GH. He's playing Finn. Yeah, we'll definitely have to have like a Caleb and Livy live stream. First non-GH like reaction, I think, or no? I'm trying to remember if I've watched like reacted to anything like non-GH, but like GH cast related. Did I ever go to in-person GH events or do online events? I haven't done either, actually. I'm in Canada, so there's never any GH events over here. Online ones, no. I've like tuned into like when James Law Jr. will like bring on a cast member and like call in, and that's like at most what I've done. Or like I've done like cameos for my grandmother for like Christmas and her birthday. I did one for this Christmas. I got Maurice to do a cameo for my grandmother, which was really cool. Yeah, Jake's right. Like, he has played several people on GH now. Michael Easton, John McBain. He played Caleb Morley. Stephen Clay, whatever. He played Caleb on GH briefly during the 50th anniversary as well as Silas, and now Finn. Yeah, dude's played four characters on the show. I miss when ABC soaps did events at Disney World. The cast, yeah. I do remember watching like clips from like the Disney events. They looked so lit. And they always looked like they were having a blast. Hello, ETM machine. Did Laura expect Spencer to not let Victor in? I think she just assumed that Victor wouldn't dare come to her doorstep. I really hope Carly and Sunny work out their problems. I honestly think that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Especially with Sunny off of his meds. The writing is on the wall for those two. For now. But we know that if they do get divorced, they'll probably get married a sixth time. Or is it the seventh? Can't remember now. They've been married so many times. Good night to Havlin. Thanks for visiting. Alright guys, well, since everyone is here, I figure let's watch some classic scenes for now. I'm going to switch to my like starting...
Lila is still trying.
I'm just trying to figure out, what is this? I have two screens going right now, guys. I'm just trying to figure out which one goes to where. Like a second monitor now, and I'm still getting used to that. Figuring it out. Almost ready. Hey, okay. He said, I don't want to see another Carly and Sonny divorce. They deserve each other. Carly's the only woman who can handle Sonny in all his forms. Clearly not in his mic form, though. Alright. Okay, so yeah, we're going to watch some classic Tracy clips today. I don't know how good the quality is of this particular first clip, but it's of Tracy Quartermain's return in 1989. So, let me shrink me down to size a little bit. Hopefully. There we go. Oh yeah, you can see your chat. Let me move that out of the way for y'all. Whoop. Goodness, I'm failing so hard to... Alright. Remove that. Boom. I'm still pretty big here. Let's see. There we go. All right. You guys ready? Let's watch.
Vince Edward to come downstairs and meet Tracy.
Good luck. You want a drink, Monica?
No, thank you. I think I'd like to have my wits about me when I greet your darling sister.
So, Monica, is Edward planning to avoid Tracy during her stay?
He may. Last time they locked horns, he banished her out of his life forever. I'm sure she doesn't expect to come here and be welcomed with open arms.
Not mine, anyway.
If you went through her inheritance in your search of the quest, she may just be here trying to hit my father up for some money.
Oh, that makes sense. She could have
No, I didn't watch
possibly
Passions.
here I had, just to soften
That was
my
too weird for me.
My mother doesn't have to be softened up. She's a forgiving sort anyway.
Of course, you have to be forgiving if you're going to marry into the Quartermains, because if you don't, then you are banished to aloneness forever.
And let me know how the sound is, okay, guys? Can't really tell from my
She
end.
must have come here in the first place, knowing that I'm here with Ariel.
But it could just be your fatal charm.
Now, was that Jimmy, by the way? With them?
Oh, hell, I thought possibly this was going to be your mother. Hello, Dawn. Hi.
Dawn was having second thoughts about meeting Mother. She was thinking about making a run for it.
So am I.
Well, I was thinking that Ned's mother might want to spend some time with her family.
Yeah, Monica Bard.
I think
And that's...
Ned's mother needs
Dawn
to
is Monica's daughter as well,
her
right?
family, you needn't worry about it. I'm sure she's going to love you. Come on in the living room. Let's go.
Hello, Ned. Hello, Dawn.
Hello.
Hello, Dawn. Monica, can I see you a minute?
Certainly.
Don't let Tracy know.
Yeah, this was
I'm on the phone.
1989.
You know she's my sister. She loves syrup.
I wasn't even born yet.
Start wars.
Just watch it.
The trunk will be coming soon.
All right, thanks, Jake.
Where's my Tracy?
Here I am, Mother.
Oh, Lila could still stand back then, too.
I'm home.
Yeah, we really don't know much about Monica's former family at all. Or, like, you know, her own parents and stuff.
I'm overwhelmed.
Stand back, darling. Let me see you. Oh, you look simply wonderful.
And I still have the most beautiful mother in the whole wide world. Ned, precious. Oh, I think you've grown.
Ah, original Ned.
Well, it seems like years.
How are you, Tracy? I missed you, sister.
Same as ever. And still married.
Monica, still blonde. Never saw any reason to dye it another color. This is the way it comes.
Yes, you've always said that. Well, Ashton.
Well, Tracy, old girl.
Oh, Larry
Are those
Ashton.
laugh lines or just lines?
That's who that was.
Could we get the trunks in here, please, quickly?
We had Larry back on the show for a while too, right? Say like original actor.
You always hoped that I would meet a nice girl?
Did I say nice or rich?
Nice. Maybe it was a weak moment. Dawn Winthrop, this is my mom. Mom, this is Dawn.
How do you do? Well, you certainly are a lovely young lady.
So Ned hooked up with Dawn and Monica and their mother and daughter. Lord.
My wife, Ariel. Ariel, this is Tracy Quartermain.
My, they get younger and younger. Ned, darling, keep a close grip on your sweet
Yep,
young
that is the
brain.
Ned that had an affair with
It's a
Monica.
pleasure to meet you, although I have heard absolutely nothing about you.
Well, how are you, Tracy? I've heard a lot about you. Larry's just gone on and on and on and on and on.
Well, I suppose you know by now that Larry is a terrible liar.
Is he really? I believed everything he said.
Well, not to worry. It's one of his minor vices. Mother? Where's Father?
Oh, he's
Dawn passed away, I think.
Oh,
But he's coming out of it.
I'd like to see him.
He's looking forward to seeing you, too.
Yeah, I think Dawn died on the show. I don't remember how.
Darling, why don't you run up and see him now and then take a nice long rest because we're having a little reception for you tonight.
Oh, that'll be nice to see old friends.
Oh, we made some new ones, too.
Did you know that Nicholas Van Buren is coming here tonight?
Nicholas Van Buren. I certainly know that name.
Right up your alley.
Actually, I am being very cautious about what alleys I take these days. As we all know, I've taken some wrong ones in the past. Right. I think I'll go upstairs and see Father, and then I will have a little lie down. I want to thank you all for this lovely homecoming. My dear family.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of the warmer, welcome homes for Tracy.
So
They haven't always been this nice. See, you could be right, ETM machine. I'm not too sure. 'Cause I can only hear what I can hear in this room, right? On my end, it sounds kind of normal, but I think it also depends
Daddy, I know you're awake.
on like my microphone level because you can hear it from the computer as well as my like display capture.
Won't you talk to me?
But also it's a lower quality clip, so that could come into play too.
I've had my share of guilt. Daddy, I was so young. I was young and greedy and self-centered, all those things. Daddy, do you know what was behind my sending Ned here? I thought perhaps it might soften you toward me. I heard you were quite taken with him. He's a wonderful boy. I'm very proud of him. And I couldn't bear the thought of his not knowing his grandfather. I guess it was ridiculous of me to think that you might see some good in me through Ned. Oh, Daddy,
Yeah, no, I
please.
appreciate it, ETM machine.
Just take me back into your heart again.
Jane Elliott and I think David Lewis is his name, played so well off of each other in these days. I think I liked their banter.
Sure that my heart medication is still where it's supposed to be.
I liked their banter better than her banter with John Engel.
Well, if I give them to you, what's
Oh, they're showing the classic scene too.
Dad, come on, here it is. It's right here. Just tear it up.
We've reacted to this original scene before.
They killed me, Tracy.
Oh my God.
She definitely regretted this.
You remember when I pretended to have my heart attack?
You know, I'm not too sure, Jake.
Daddy.
It's very possible that might have been the last year, because she would have been banished from the Quartermains back then.
Daddy, don't you know I never could have let you die. Never.
That is Edward, yeah, that's David Lewis's Edward. Alright. Oh, so we're going into a 90s clip. It's of Ned and Tracy fighting. It's only a part 1 of the scene, but if it's good, because I haven't watched this, maybe we'll find part 2, but for now it's just part 1. Let's watch together.
Here we are. This is to Ned. And I knew that you wouldn't desert us when the chips were down.
Well, what I want to know is how you got Sonny Corinthos to consider giving up his seat on the board.
I made him an offer that with any luck he won't refuse.
All that remains now is just to straighten up a few things with our Mr. Jax.
I don't think Jax will be causing us any more trouble.
Said the entire GH cast in 2022.
You're early.
Well, I had something to tell you before the others arrived.
Oh, we get to watch Faces of the Heart opening, guys. So many OG cast members here. These, like, those scenes right there are the ones that I can remember from childhood. Back in the early 90s when my grandmother would watch. She still watches, but those are my faint memories of, like, the early 90s for me.
I underestimated you. Yes, you did. May I?
Huh? By all means. Help yourself. Why would this be any different this time?
Well, gentlemen, I know when I'm licked. The siege of ELQ is over. Long live ELQ.
Reading the
I'll drink to that.
prompts at the bottom there.
Fierce in battle,
When
gracious
GH
in
wouldn't
defeat.
air, like, in the daytime, they would
What's
air
wrong
it
with
at
this
2:10 a.m.
I assure you, Ned, there's no hidden agenda.
Memory serves me, that's how this whole thing started.
Yeah, very
As hard as I
nostalgic
work to
intro,
bring
right?
ELQ to its knees, that's how hard I intend to work to raise it back to its former glory. To a new and stronger alliance.
Oh, is this how they play the game in the world of legitimate business? This guy tries to take down the company, and you welcome him back with open arms?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, so,
what's this about an
Okay,
emergency
now it's
board
AJ
meeting?
and Keisha
I assume it's about
Ward.
the attempt to take over. Your grandfather's in there right now with Ned and Justice and Jax.
So it's true, Nedley's back in favor.
Well, you know the old expression, here today and gone tomorrow? In this family, we reverse it. I'm sorry I haven't called you. I've been so busy. How are things going at the council?
They're actually good. Business as usual, yeah.
AJ is just being modest, Dr. Quartermain. He is doing an incredible job. People are really starting to sit up and take notice.
Want to talk about taking notice? You wait till I vote yay on that environmental bill next week.
Is that the same one your grandfather's been trying to kill for the last 6
I
months?
told him I wasn't going to be his rubber stamp. I meant it.
Wait till you hear his speech. It is absolutely brilliant. AJ has a natural flair for politics.
Well,
I mean, I
That'd be
like
a
seeing all
first.
these Quartermains.
It's been my observation that in the past, Quartermains in politics are a
There
natural
was a handsome
prescription
dude
for
back in the day.
disaster.
He was in an episode of Clueless for the TV show.
What's the matter? Is my
Cher had a
plans
crush
up?
on his character.
I
Nice.
thought we agreed.
Yeah,
that
Ingle's
I'd
a
vote your
gorgeous
proxy
man,
tonight.
you know? He's
I changed my
even
mind.
growing up,
I said I'd
you know,
think over the proposal. I did.
in this present day,
Not
he's still a
interested.
very handsome man.
Do you mind if I
Problematic.
ask why?
But,
no, not
you
at
know.
all. For one thing, I didn't realize you were planning to keep Jax on the board.
And the other thing?
You need my help.
That'll be the day.
I hate to break this to you, Edward, but thanks to Prince Charming here, you got a major union situation on your hands. And if somebody doesn't do something about it real soon, ELQ is going to lose a lot of money.
We don't need your kind of help.
Trust me, you do. And as a member of this board, I consider it my fiduciary responsibility to give
Ooh,
it.
big words for Sonny Corinthos.
Okay, now let's not everybody thank me at once.
Thank you, Sonny. Thank you. Be a big help.
You're welcome. I just want to let you know that I'm a team player.
Well, that's very commendable, Mr. Corinthos. But forgive us.
Mr. Corinthos, man, I must be stepping up in the world.
Well, we were in the middle of discussing some very important ELQ matters, and
So I heard, Edward.
there are things about corporate life that are obviously outside your ken.
Oh, I'll tell you what's outside my ken. The fact that you continue to associate with a man that has no honor.
When did you become judge and jury?
And you really don't know all the facts.
Well, then why don't you explain it to me there, Edward? Because you know where I come from. A guy tries to screw you the way Jack did. You don't just hand him a glass of champagne and welcome him into your home. Unless you intend to whack him and bury him in the garden.
I think Keisha was with AJ
Now,
at this time.
I would
I think,
assume
I think Jason
Lila
at this
wouldn't allow
point
that.
might have already been
We
in the
have
accident.
come to an accommodation.
I could be
Mr.
wrong.
Jackson.
Oh, that's
This was-
nice for
this
you
was
there, Edward.
96.
But I got $60 million
So I
worth
think
of
Jason had his
ELQ
accident
stock
already.
that says it stinks.
Well, you're outvoted. Now, can we get on with this meeting? I'm going to call in the others.
Okay, fine. You want to get in bed with this clown, that's your business. But I'm going to watch him like a hawk.
Well, you do what you have to do.
Count on it.
Maurice is so extra in this scene.
Nice to see you.
As good to see you too, Mrs.
Oh,
Quartermain.
Lila.
Well, Edward, I hope you have better news for us tonight than you had at the last board meeting.
Aha, I do indeed. All right, everyone, let's get settled. Come around here.
Okay, this scene was called Tracy and Ned Fight, but where is Tracy?
All right, everyone, can we quiet down, please? We have some very important company business to deal with
Oh,
tonight.
that's funny. That means that we still have a company, in fact.
Oh, be assured that ELQ has never been stronger.
What about the takeover?
There'll be no takeover, grandmother. Well, I guess that's my cue. I'm probably not the most popular person in the room at this particular
Hey,
moment.
Dog.
Hey, come on, Jax. I gotta tell you,
Good
you
to
never
see
really
you.
were. Well, I'm sure many of you are wondering why I'm here.
What actually interests me is how a seemingly intelligent young man like you could get involved with my sister in a business deal, no less.
Now, it's a decided lapse in judgment, from which I'm hoping it's not too late to recover.
Well, now, you see, what Jax did was strictly business. He saw an opportunity, and he went for it. Now, the fact that he didn't succeed doesn't mean that he's entirely wrong. No, you see, ELQ had become rather complacent, and what he did served as a very useful wake-up call.
I know an answering service that'll do the same thing for about $50 a month.
For your information, Jax and Jax has worldwide resources that can be a very valuable asset to ELQ in the future, and I feel certain that Mr. Jax will give us access to those resources. That's why I've asked him to stay on as an active member of the board, for the immediate future at least. So now, if you don't mind, I would really like to move on. First, the real credit for this victory goes to Ned and Justice.
Bravo, both of you.
No. This was Ned's show. I just went along for the ride.
Fine. Which brings me to the real reason for this meeting. I propose that Ned be reinstated as CEO.
Oh, I'm so glad that you've come to your senses at last, Edward.
Well, thank
No,
you,
it's okay,
Lila.
Don.
Excuse me, dear. Now, if you wouldn't mind,
Glad
just
you made it.
calling the roll.
You're going to do this without Tracy?
Well, hopefully your sister will have good sense enough to stay very far away.
Oh, bosh, Edward. Tracy's not done anything that you haven't already done yourself.
Thank you for reminding me, dear. Go on, read that.
Edward Quartermain, how do you cast your vote?
Yay.
Alan?
Yay, and yay for Monica as well. I have her proxy. Her plane's been delayed.
AJ?
So I came... yay, yay.
Mr. Corinthus?
Yay.
Mr. Jacks?
Yay.
Well, now that just leaves Tracy.
And I have her standing proxy, and I vote...
Not so fast.
Oh, snap.
Here we go again.
She always knows how to make an entrance. Okay, we gotta find part 2 of this. I only put part 1 because I didn't know if it would be good or not. So hold that thought. I'm gonna, zoom in to me again, put on some like mood music and find the next scene of that. Man. You guys enjoying these clips so far though? I hope. Alright. Hopefully it won't take me too long to find. Yeah, that was young Dylan, everyone. Is Dr. Austin Holt Tracy's nephew via Jimmy Lee Holt? Yeah, I guess so. I can't remember, did Tracy get to meet Austin yet or no? Because she was the reason, she was the one that hid all his letters, I think. But I can't remember if Tracy was off screen or on screen when that came out. What year is this episode? This episode was from 1996. And I did find part 2, by the way. Hi, Leo Pardez, hey! Glad you're enjoying these clips. Alright. I will turn back down my mood music. And we will watch the clips together. Shrink me down to size. Whoa, there we go. There. And let's go. And so young.
I'll cast my own vote. Thank you very much, Daddy.
Go ahead. Suit yourself. Really doesn't matter anymore, Tracy. The vote's unanimous.
And what makes you think that I would vote so differently than the rest of you? I wasn't the one that ousted Ned from ELQ. In fact, I argued adamantly in his favor.
While you were plotting with Jax to stab me in the back.
Ned. Darling, I know you're angry with me.
That doesn't even begin to describe it.
I owe you an apology. In fact, I owe every member of this
Jason
family
was
an
always
apology.
sticking it to the cues in the 90s.
That include me?
I owe you a special apology, Justice, for my insensitive remarks. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to hurt anyone in the family.
Well, you never do, Tracy, but it always seems to work out that way.
I know I have very little credibility left with any of you.
Try 0.
But whatever you may think of me, I love you all very much.
Oh, please, could I just interject a little reality check here, people? My God, this is unbelievable. First she schemes with Jax to take the whole company over. And then you come in and have the gall to expect instantaneous forgiveness.
Very gracefully.
That's my sister.
Try to understand.
Most of the cast is, though,
Being
to be
away
fair.
from you the last 3 years, my life has been a living hell.
If anyone needs me, I'll be over here with my violin.
Quiet, AJ. Let Tracy finish what she has to say.
Thank you, Mother. I never wanted to destroy ELQ. I was just desperate to come back. To find a place that Dylan and I could call home.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Ned, you're about to become a father. You, of all people, should understand what I'm about to say. Imagine if you and your child were told to leave here and never to return again. To spend the rest of your life knowing that everything and everyone you hold dear and cherish and love would be forever beyond your reach. All right, look, I did a terrible thing. I did a horrible thing. And I'm truly sorry. I know you're not going to forgive me, and I don't even deserve it. But as I stand here, and I look in your dear and cherished faces.
Oh, brother.
I realize just how deeply I love each and every one of you.
Jane Elliott is like truly the GOAT
And
on the
how
show.
empty and pathetic my life is without you.
Tracy chased original Lois away from GH. Well, Tracy's always been
That
a
was
little
very
cold.
moving, Mother. Thank you for sharing. I know everyone in this room has a bone to pick with my mother, myself included. But I couldn't help
Dylan's
being
father did
struck
go
by
crazy.
what she said just now about the importance of family. It's something I've come to understand only recently. That whatever our differences, everyone in this room knows that when the chips are down, this family will line up behind them. And in that spirit, I'd like to propose a toast in honor of my mother's return to the bosom of her family. Better yet, I think I have something that expresses that sentiment
Oh no.
even better than I can.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Jane Elliott is willing to come back, like, even though she's retired.
You are really unbelievable. You think you could do whatever you want and get away with it.
When matched against Jenny and you, it's not very difficult.
Don't underestimate me.
I mean, that's definitely Lois on the recording.
Advice. You may have conned my son into marrying you, and you may have wormed your way into the Quartermain family. But you and that egg you're hatching are never going to see a dime of the Quartermain money. My son, Dylan, is the Quartermain heir, and I am his seat warmer until he's old enough to claim it. Making you and yours completely irrelevant. So why don't you just do everybody a big favor and go back to where you came from? The free ride is over, Missy. Disembark to the left.
To my mother, May her profound sense of family loyalty stand as a shining example to all of us.
Got her.
Where is Lois?
She's still not feeling well?
I'd say they're not thinking hard enough. Wouldn't you, Jax? Sonny? Let's listen a little more.
Ned, that was a private conversation.
My son, Dylan, is the Quartermain heir, and I am his seat warmer until he's old enough to claim it. Making you and yours completely irrelevant. So why don't you just do everybody a big favor and go back to where you came from? The free ride is over, Missy. Disembark to the left.
You know, up until this very second, I never wanted a plug nickel for either me or my child. But if money is your weapon of choice, lady, fine, I can throw down just as dirty as you can. All our lives we hear the word hate being thrown around. I hate the peas and carrots, and I hate the rain, and I never could understand
Yeah, GH used to have solid background music.
apply to another human being until this very
It
second.
went all downhill after 2012.
Standing here in front of you right
Frank
now,
never
I
should
get
have
in a major
fired
way.
R.C.
Because
Cates,
with
who was the
I am. I
the former
hate you,
music
lady,
producer
and
on
I
the
hate
show.
that wretched, self-important little brat you brought into this world. And before I see my child lose one single advantage that should come with membership to this godforsaken family, I'll see you both dead.
Lois didn't want to let on how much pain she was in front of Mother. But if you want to hear her scream in agony, I'll play you the moment when she goes to the hospital with Gloria. Show of hands?
Ned, please, you can't blame me for those contractions. She attacked me. How was I supposed to know?
Tracy! Ned, where is Lois now?
Let me put this in terms you can all understand. Profit and loss.
Yeah, I miss Lois too.
My mother and Jax had a plan. To cripple ELQ and to take what was left for themselves. And they even had your cooperation when you forced me out.
Well, folks, brace yourself. Here come the I told you so's.
He's entitled to them? They sunk a lot of cash into this project. I'd be willing to bet that
theme
Jax
music
made
anymore.
sure that the
Not as
lion's
often
share
as they
was
used
hers.
to. Not in the ways that they used
Your
to on the
loss,
show.
Our profit. Lois also had a plan. Her plan was to love me for the rest of my life and make me happy. And she was a lot more tenacious than the two of you. She fought for me against all of you. She fought for me against me. And when you all decided to kill my career, she was there, ready to give me a new one. But Lois's plan got caught in your headlights, didn't it, Mother?
Darling, we had a few harsh words. Words aren't fatal.
Lois is gone. She's moved back to Bensonhurst.
Dear God.
What? Ned, how could you let her do a thing like that?
Let her? She was afraid for our child.
Now
Could I
Ned's
tell her
married
not
to
to
someone
be?
else from
Ned,
Bensonhurst.
no one is more repulsed by your mother's conduct than I am, but to even think that Tracy would hurt her own grandchild
Were
was
you
just...
listening to the tape, Grandfather?
All right, Ned. Now, every one of us in this room will swear to see that no harm shall come to Lois and that baby. I'll hire armed guards to protect her if I have to.
Every one of you in this room is what my son or daughter needs protection from. Your greed, your vanity, your shallowness.
Ned, if I talk to Lois, if I promised her that...
Forgive me, Grandmother.
Yeah, that's true. Wally Kurth and
what
Jane
power
Elliott
do you have in this
played
house
a
to promise
couple
anything? I mean, let's be honest.
on Days.
The price you pay for
And then they
loving us
played
all
daughter
so much
and,
is
mother
in
and
all of
son.
Ned, you watch your tongue and you remember to whom you're speaking.
Oh, yes. Heaven forbid anyone should tell poor old doddering Lila the truth once in every 10 years.
Oh man, that was so good. Oh look, my live stream. Oh man, yeah, that was so good. Okay. I have one more clip. And it's of Bobby and Tracy. Where was it? There we are. Just a short one. Just a short one. And it's when Bobby was confronting Tracy on being rude to her son right after he had come out to her. So let's watch this clip.
This is my house. It's Monica's house.
Well, I doubt that Monica would want your son living here any more than I do.
I have tolerated your insults for years. I've sit around and stood by while your ridiculous charade of a marriage has made a fool out of my brother, and I've watched you treat my niece like trash.
She was well compensated.
Lucas is my son. He's a wonderful young man, and I'm very proud of him. And if you ever insult my son again, I will bitch slap you all the way to the Canadian border.
You'll what?
Do you want me to show you? I used to beat up rich girls like you in Florida for sport. It's one of the street things you never really forget. So you lay off my kid or I'll do more damage to you than you ever dreamed of. Do you understand me? Good. Go away. Go.
Mom?
Well done.
Go in, Bobby.
I didn't expect you to defend me like that.
Well, why wouldn't I defend you? You're my son. I love you. And Tracy Quartermain's mean. She's hateful, miserable, overprivileged witch. And I despise that woman. And every word she said to you.
So do we.
I love you, honey. And I know I should have been more sensitive. I'm sorry you've been in so much pain.
No, it's okay.
But you know what? It's not too late. I am going to get you counseling.
Oh, that's right. Bobby was still, like, not really accepting of Lucas being gay at that point. It was such a minor story on the show, too. And, alright. Let's zoom me out for a little while. Put on some mood music. And if you guys can hear, like, that noise, it's just my heater. It's not as cold. We got above 0 the last couple of days, which has been amazing. I can go outside without my beard turning white, which is great. There we go. Hold on, I'm scrolling back up. I'm like, show Bobby telling off Luke when she found out about Carly. If I can find that scene, I don't think I've ever seen it. If it's on here, then yeah, I'll look for it right now because I want to see that. Let's see if I can find it. Have you guys seen the clip on YouTube before? Did they really get Lucas counseling for being gay? No, I don't think so. I feel like Lucas nicely told her to F off. Yeah, Bobby owned Tracy in those scenes. Then Brooklyn took it well when Lucas told her, yeah. It was like she kind of knew. Yeah, actually the other day, I was watching Lucas getting gay bashed, and that was the episode where Brooklyn and Lucas were talking about it because Brooklyn was leaving Port Charles and she was very sweet with him. Yeah, Lucas was the first gay character on GH. Or like the first, like, out. I mean, there's been like gay characters, but like, you know, the stereotypical ones with like, that are just all about fashion and just like the minor characters. But Lucas was, you know, the son of Bobby Spencer. What happened to Lois? So Lois came back briefly with a recast. And she had an interest in Lorenzo Alcazar. And she was on for a bit, but then I think she just vanished and no one really spoke of her. Hey guys, I'm still looking for the scene. I'm not finding it. Do you guys know where I can watch it? If you guys know like the title of the video, if it's on here, then let me know. So I would love to see that. Oh, thanks, Jake. Okay, I'll look it up. Cool, I found it. Thanks. Appreciate it, Jake. Didn't they get into it a lot of times? Do you mean Luke and Bobby? All right. Just about ready. What video is next? We are watching Bobby argue with Luke about Carly. I'm stoked. I don't think I've ever seen this before, guys. I'm watching this for the first time with y'all. Okay. Okay, let's watch together. Let's do this. Oh, Carly and Tracy. Yeah, they've gotten into it a few times. Oh, my dog is playing fetch upstairs. I'm sorry, guys.
Barbara? Is this your car? Covered in snow out here?
Oh. My dog's barking. He clearly sees some other dogs outside. I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, Barbara, are you here?
He acts like a crazy dog when he sees other dogs.
Not gonna miss out.
No problem, Rook. This whole Bobby finds out storyline that week was epic. Ooh, she already looks terrifying.
What happened?
Look, he's dead.
What?
How does it feel, Luke?
Oh, okay.
I asked you a question. How does that feel, huh? How does it feel? Does that hurt you?
When did you find out? Jason tell you?
Jason?
Then Carly's back, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if she hadn't told you I was going to tell you, Barbara, I would have.
No. No. Actually, if she hadn't told me, Virginia Benson would have. Guess who decided to surprise me and come for a little visit? Virginia Benson. I saw her last night at the Port Charles Hotel. So did Carly. So did everybody. We all found out at the same time. No, wait a minute. That's not quite true. They found out. I refused to believe it. I mean, why would I? When I knew from my big brother that poor Virginia was addled. Why would I even believe Carly when I knew from you that my little girl was dead? I mean, true, you wouldn't let me open my mail from Virginia, and you did have some pictures of Carly in your safe. Those things you could explain. Do you remember that time when Jake and I went out to California and we took our big trip? And we went to the Hearst Castle. We went to Disneyland. Well, you know, we were sitting at this little table one morning in a coffee shop. And all of a sudden the table started to shake. And I said, oh my goodness, we're having an earthquake. And the waitress said, no, that's not an earthquake. That's just a truck passing by, or one of the jackhammers where they're doing some work down the block. But there weren't any trucks, and there weren't any jackhammers. And Jake and I had to laugh, because we figured, hey, that's just one of the ways they cope with things in California, by making earthquakes one of the last things that they ever think of. You lying to me is one of the last things I ever think of. Though God knows why, because it happens all the time, just like earthquakes in California. Only next time, do you think you could try something a little different? Next time, instead of telling me Laura's dead, or my daughter is dead, do you think you could try telling me that maybe they're in France, or they're in Wonderland, or they're invisible? Because obviously I will be gullible enough to believe you, and it really would save me some wear and tear.
Jackie Zeman, ladies and gentlemen.
The first time I came back from Florida.
I think I do remember seeing the scene of Virginia dying,
To
actually.
tell you, but you had just found her in bed with Tony.
And I didn't want your search to end at your own pillowcase. I thought it was better if the girl was dead, so I killed her. Barbara, I don't regret that.
Ooh.
And when Carly was pregnant, I figured it was a sign that I'd done the right thing, because at least you'd be spared having to hear that your little lost baby was having your husband's baby.
Now see, this is my even less favorite lie that you never get tired of telling me. That whatever it was and however it looked, you did it for me. That you're my big brother and that your job to protect me. And that you've been protecting me all my life, and that I damn well better be suitably grateful. Well, could you just tell me one more time what exactly it was that you were protecting me from, because I'm having a little trouble keeping it straight? Did you protect me from having to earn my milk money on my back from the time I was 14 years old? Or were you sitting downstairs playing cards with the Johns so they wouldn't get too bored waiting?
Barbara, I played cards with the Johns so that I could beat them, so that I could cheat them, so that I could pickpocket them out of every last buck I could get my hands on, because that was a buck they couldn't bid on you. And you want to talk about some of the other things I did for money, Barbara?
Did you protect me from having to give up the only child of my body that I would ever have? Or were you standing there right next to Ruby, telling me to listen to reason and not get too attached?
Did you argue with us? Did you argue with us? Look, I'm no saint. I never claimed to be. But you always had something to eat. You always had a place to sleep. Almost always. And for the rest of that, Barbara, we were kids. We were trying to survive. We had some hard
Bobby
decisions
did
to make,
snap
and
to
nobody could make
Carrie's.
them for us.
I love Jackie, honestly.
I had you to decide what was and what was not allowed for me, and apparently I still do. Oh, don't look so pained. I'm not looking for an apology. Luke Spencer doesn't do
They had no
apologies.
parents.
Could die waiting.
Their father was awful, though.
Besides,
And their mom was a
the very
victim.
fact that I really believed you would always be my protector, it almost made it true in a way. Because it protected me from knowing how completely defenseless I was against the very worst things that life has to dish out. And it protected me from knowing until today just how many of them came from you.
Oof. Man, well done. Well done, Jackie. She killed those scenes. So good. Thanks for showing me that clip. That was awesome. Oh my gosh, there we go. Yeah, that was a great scene. I'd love to watch more Bobby sometimes. Like, honestly, I'm such a fan of Jackie Zeman. Her scenes last week where she was, you know, finding out about Luke's death. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. They need to use her more often on the show for sure. Yes, thanks, Rook. Thanks for sharing. Give them all Emmys. BJ episodes. Yeah. We did watch the scenes of Bobby finding out, or no, Felicia finding out that the heart belongs from BJ for Maxie when she had the surgery. Jackie did her thing, yeah. Yeah, I kind of hope that they use Bobby more. Like, they do seem to be focusing on the vets, at least for the start of this year. Like, we've seen Robert and Anna a lot. We've seen Bobby. We've seen Felicia back to the show. Laura. Tracy. And GH really has, like, top-notch veteran characters played by top-notch actors. Like, we're really lucky that they're still on the show today. You ran from home to see Carly exposed. Nice. You felt for little Maxie. Man, that's a story that needs to hurry up on GH right now. Maxie needs to get her daughter back into her arms and just kill Peter. Yeah, Kirsten Storms and Christina Wagner play really well off of each other. And same with her and Mac, John York. I remember coming home so I can watch The Hostage Crisis in 2007. Yeah, me too. I would have been 2007, so I would have been 17. No, I would have been 16 still, because it was February. Yeah, I would have been in grade 12. Or no. Grade 11. I graduated in 2008. Yeah, no, I would run home after school. And I didn't live too far from my school either. Maybe like a 15-minute walk. Probably costs a lot to have Mac, Felicia, Laura, and Bobby on now. Yeah, they are royalty. They are GH royalty. Scares, you were 7 and I was 17. Good lord. ETM, you said she should be like, oh, Peter, by the way, my daughter is alive, and then stab a knife in his heart. He'd probably survive it. He survived everything else, for God's sakes. Someone just needs to put a bullet, like, right in the middle of his forehead. I remembered when Maxie told off her mom when Georgie died. Yeah. We actually reacted to those scenes sometime in 2020, I think. Back when GH wasn't on and we were just doing a bunch of like reactions to confrontations. You were in middle school in 2007. Nice. You're 28 and 07. Very nice, Dawn. Peter comes back more times than Michael Myers, yeah. It's sad. No one even wants him on this show. There are villains that you get excited to come back, right? Like Helena Cassadine, we're always excited to see her. And apparently we're seeing her soon. She is making a comeback, at least for one episode. Where's Jamie Lee Curtis when we need her, right? Oh my god. Okay, that's, if not a knife, then how about a stake like a vampire? That could work. During the summer of 07, I would watch GH during school's out. Summer 07, that was a pretty decent year, I think. Because summer of 2006 was Summer of Sleaze, and that was horrible. But 2007 summer, we had Lulu and Logan, who I actually was a fan of. Like, I liked the idea of, like, you know, Laura's daughter with Scotty's son before he went crazy. Elio Pardez, you've been watching GH since the late 60s with Steve Hardy and Nurse Jessie Brewer. Man, I love watching like the classic like episodes of GH. We need good villains like Helena. Yeah, we do. We really do. Jason threatened to kill Sam around that time. That's true, yeah. Jason and Sam were in a bad place. But honestly, like, Kelly Monaco was so fun to watch as, like, Sam scorned. And then they kind of, like, fixed her, like, slowly but surely. And then she ended up with Lucky, and then their relationship actually, like, became nice to watch, and Sam became a PI, and, like, really found her own person. So as painful as it was, as a J-Sam fan, because I was a J-Sam fan back then, like, I also loved Sam, like, finding herself, because she was so attached to Jason, and I think that's what ruined her character in the end, like, at that point. So it felt like a new, like, breath of fresh air when Sam came into her own. Sam shouldn't have been threatening Liz. Sam was in a bad place, though, yo. Good night, Aaron. Yeah, we are ending the live stream soon. I miss Highlight Sam. I miss when they, like, the show made real efforts with, like, the hairstyles and the clothes that the characters wore. It just seems so half-assed now. Love that fight between Sam and Liz. I'm glad she punched the daylights out of Liz. Man, Sam and Liz did really have entertaining confrontations though, so... But I really hated the, like, J-Sam versus Liaison wars. Like, I don't know if you guys were on message boards back then, but, like, Soap Central was just so vicious, like, the fandom wars on there. Now the Sam character went downhill. Yeah, she really did. Black and white ball. Yeah. Man, I miss those big sweep storylines, though. Like the black and white ball, the Metrocourt hostage crisis, the hospital, what is it? What was it called? Toxic balls story. What else? The Port Charles Hotel fire, the train wreck, the virus outbreak. That's one I don't think anyone wants to relive at the moment. I think I avoided that, like when GH was off the air at the in the pandemic when everything was on lockdown. I was like, I feel like it's too soon to be watching this story. Like, too relatable. Sam threatened a child, that's where she went wrong. Jason threatened someone, he didn't mean it. Emily died, then so many secrets were revealing. Yeah. Those message boards were crazy back then. Now all the drama is on Twitter. Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have Twitter, y'all. Like, I creep on there every now and then just to, like, find certain things out. And, like, see the cast photos and things like that. But I do not have Twitter. I do not go into the comments and read it. The bus crash. The bus crash, I mean, that was a good story, but that wasn't really a sweep story. Like, that kind of happened for, like, a couple days. Unless you're talking about the BJ one. If you're talking about the bus crash from, like, 2009 or 2000, was it 2010? Yeah, like 2010, 2011, like the New Year's when Michael and Christina and Molly and Morgan and Maxie and Matt and Steve and Olivia were all on that bus. Those were good episodes though, but like I don't think it was sweeps. I think it was just like, let's start off New Year with like a disaster. When I think of like sweep storylines, I think of like February, May, November. Just because those were like the sweeps months. All the crazy fans are on Twitter. Some of them are on Instagram though. Like, I cringe seeing so many comments like, people are so bitter that Jason and Jax or Ingo and Steve aren't on the show, and it's so volatile.